What the flamio? What's going on with this season? What's up, everybody? It is Kimbo, and I'm about to review the newest episode of Legend of Korra, episode 9. And so, yeah, there's going to be spoilers, and let me just go ahead and say, I was when I first watched the episode, I was extremely mad. I was angry. I was livid. I was not forming correct sentences. No amount of Halloween candy could pacify me. And I have since watched the episode again, and I kind of let go of some of my anger. But at first, when I watched it, some of the beauty in the episode was overshadowed by some of the things that just made me so mad. So I'm going to start with those things. Unfortunately, at this point, it's going to seem like I hated this episode, but I need to get these things off my chest. Mako and Asami, I'm sorry. I've never been in a relationship, and so I can't really speak but like, even in high school, like, if somebody dumps me, I don't think I'm going to get back together with them. So them being back together bothers me, and it's mainly because I view Asami as more of a better character than needing a man to be happy, and it just doesn't. It's not working for me. And then, I mean, to have them back together and then this way, I think they should have been, there for each other. It's different to, create a bond through a stronger friendship and then get back together. I know we don't have that much time, but it's sloppily done. It's badly written. And then when they were standing in that apartment, I was like, about to sing a Marvin Gaye song, like, let's get it on. Because, I mean, like, that's where it seemed like it was leading to, like, I just don't, like, I was so mad. I'm pretty sure there's like some great jokes about how he's getting arrested and he's in a wife beater, but I was so mad that I didn't realize that he was in a wife beater until the second time I watched the episode, and then the moment was gone. So I'm just that's point A. Point B is, okay, let me just start by saying Lynn is my betrothed. Our wedding date is set. I'll be sending out invitations to you guys, so please respond, RSVP. So being that I'm in love with her, it makes me so very, very infuriated when her character is being poorly written. In this episode, she says that she has to follow a lead that, I might add, came from a criminal organization. And just 3 episodes, I believe, 3 episodes ago, her own employee, a police officer, came to her with a lead and she dismissed it. I do not mind Mako being arrested. I really don't. I do not mind very being evil. I really don't. What I do mind is having bad detectives and having the police chief, of all people, ignore a lead from an employee that's a police officer and then follow one that's from the triple threats. What? It's making me angry. I'm like, when I finished watching the episode, that was stuck in my mind, that I couldn't really think of anything that was making me happy about the episode. But I mean, I've let go of some of that anger. But I just, it just doesn't make sense. Like, Lynn, even those detectives that are with her, she didn't seem like, her personality seems like she wouldn't tolerate them. Like, they're not. It's making me so mad. Like, I know for certain her mom wouldn't, and she acts a lot like her mom, or at least she used to. And so it's just crazy. I was so mad at the end of that first time I watched the episode, and then I watched it again. I was like, okay, there's some really good things in this episode, but those things just does not sit well with me. I'm like, how can you have her, not follow a lead from a credible source in another episode, and then follow a lead from a completely bad source in another, in the same season, Okay, so I'm going to woosah. Closing on my angry statements. Probably not closing, but I'm starting to think that these 2 detectives that are just so useless are acting because they're covering up evidence instead of trying to make it seem like they're not good detectives because they're on Varric's payroll. Because it just, their personalities don't seem like Lin would like them, and they also don't. They're not good detectives. So I'm angry, and I write stuff down to talk about. Okay, I just mentioned Varric. That me thinking them being on his payroll brings me to Varric. He's emerged as a villain. That's fine. I wish it was good. I really wish that he was helping Team Avatar, but as a villain, his storyline fits him though. He's a businessman. His business bender persona, it fits him because at the end of the day, everything that Varric does is business. Everything he sees is business, and everything that gets in his way is an obstacle that is preventing him from making money. So his character makes sense, and I just don't understand how they can have characters in the same series make sense for where they're going with them, and then have another character that's been established not make sense. So I'm trying to calm down, but it really irks me. But I'm talking about Varric. Him emerging as a villain, like his comedy comes very malicious now when he's making jokes. You're like, how can you be so happy if he's truly doing these things? Like, how can you be so happy and making these jokes? It's so malicious and mean. And then when he's threatening Mako, I'm like, okay, well. I was on the fence. I'm like, maybe he's Julie. Like, I wanted it to be like a really good plot twist with this story, but it's definitely most likely Varric. And if not, then he's a pawn, and he was really warning Mako. I would love for that to be a twist. But yeah, I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, he's so mean. If it's really him and he's making these jokes and threatening him, like putting his arm around him. Oh my gosh. So the second time I watched it, and I never had this problem really with Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra. I've never really had to watch the episode again to say, okay, you were overreacting. And I don't think that's good. I don't think that's a good sign. Like I've said in another video, Mike and Brian have my viewership, them and their team, to the end, till they make nothing else. I will watch, but I'm worried about new viewership and some people that don't take bad plot twists or stories that are not well developed within the episode, that might leave. I'm personally going to watch to the end, all the way to book 4, and I'm probably overall going to love it. But this episode, I'm pretty sure my eyes were bloodshot and everything. So I'm pretty sure like, oh, he hated it. He hated the episode. That is quite the contrary. There are some good moments. Actually, my next card says good moments. There's a lot. My videos are forever long. Thank you so much for watching them. Korra redeeming herself, I thought was beautiful. I actually did get a little emotional. It's probably the music that they were having at that moment when she kind of made up with Tenzin, and that needed to be, that was well overdue. We were like, oh no, we don't like Korra, she did Tenzin, it's not okay. I was never like I didn't like her, I just was like, not good, not cool. And then with Unalaq, I mean, this is a good, I guess, as far as plot, and it's not a good moment with Unalaq. We find out what type of villain he is, which is, everything and nothing or anyone matters, really. This is my goal, and I need to achieve it. And so we get this wonderful moment where one of his children are hurt, his own flesh and blood. He's like, oh, wait a minute, this is more important, getting this, spirit portal open. And it gives us a great, character to see where his mindset is, what type of villain he is. And then it also gives us a hope that Desna will defect. Dude, I'm keeping the hope alive. Yeah, I hope that happens. That was not a nice moment, but a good plot mover, I felt. And then Tenzin not being able to go into the spirit world, I thought that was wonderful. The way it was, woven into this episode and the way he handled it, You know, with all the scrutiny, with not really scrutiny, he probably felt like they were scrutinizing him because they were around him, but he was so frustrated, and I thought that was really fun to watch. I love that where he's absent as a spiritual, you know, guide, Janora isn't, and I think that's, you know, that's wonderful. I think there's a message that, you know, the connection to the spirit world is complex, but getting that connection must be a really simple, kind of innocent thing, and is the reason why one of the kids has it, you know, better than their father. That's my take on it. As usual, I'm over analyzing the episode, but I love that moment. And then, oh, okay, there were some really great animation moments that I enjoyed. The main one I'm going to talk about was the ice drill that Unalak made. I really loved that scene where they were water bending at this closed portal, the glow that was coming off the portal, and then when he did the water drill, I thought that was beautiful. I kept rewinding it, and I really appreciated that. So overall, I will say, on the second viewing, there were so many things. I mean, Korra redeemed herself. Tenzin, you know, a character, not flaw, but something that's, you know, not been revealed. It's not really, well, I guess it is a flaw, but, you know, it was nice. Janora stepping up like, Dad, I'm going to have to do this. This is kind of my destiny. All of it was, you know, wonderful. Her seeing the spirits, Bumi and Kaya's conversation, which, okay, no, that's not, I mentioned Bumi and Kaya, trying to put their names together, that's not good. I gotta go with the comedy for this episode to end the video, or to start the ending. I was laughing hysterically, especially the second time, when I know the moments were coming. Like, I kind of prepared, and then, like, it just made it even more funny when Bumi is talking to Kaya and he's like, I'm so serious. I beat an earthbender in a rock throwing contest. I have the trophy to prove it. I had to pause the episode. I was rolling. I'm like, this dude is serious right now. He is hilarious, dude. Oh my gosh. And then when Tenzin's like, we kind of should stay close to the temple because that's where the spirit energy is closest. And, you know, Korra's like, well, they're spirits. And he's like, yeah, if we need to get to Tenzin world, we'll call you. Hilarious. Rolling on the floor laughing. When the incense smoke is floating around Tenzin's face, and he's like, like, oh, you didn't do it right, Kaya. There was some moments that I just could not stop laughing at. But I think the funniest, well, before I say the funniest one, the part where they're meditating by that statue that Guru Bhakti and Aang meditated by, and Tenzin's like, just be quiet, just concentrate, Korra. And then she's like, I am concentrating, I am doing that. Korra, really? Oh my gosh, I thought that was so hilarious, dude. He jumped up like, you is messing up the flow right now. And he was the one talking. Oh gosh. But the funniest part was when Tenzin is sitting there trying to go into the spirit world, and Bumi walks up behind him with that stick and was like, you want the spirit world yet? Oh my gosh. I was laughing so hard. I don't know what made me, and then the way Tenzin like took the stick away from him, I was rolling hysterically. I thought that was just so hilarious. You know, I like to try and end my videos on a positive note, and I try not to be, you know, too, because it's Mike and Brian, and I love them, but I think it's my love for them that's kind of like clouding the fact that this is still a superior cartoon to most of the cartoons that have these type of plots and stories. Similar, I mean, a superior cartoon in general, and so I think that's what kind of gives. Takes my mind to a scrutinizing place, which is probably not nice. And overall, I did enjoy the episode, but I did have to watch it a second time for me to enjoy all the moments that were there that made the episode good. So yeah, overall I love the episode, but I do have to say that there's, you know, the Lin thing is bad writing, the Sami and Mako thing is bad writing, but there's some really good writing in here, and I don't think I mean, we can't. There's, you can't juxtapose bad writing with good writing, and somehow they did it. Good characters with bad characters, and not necessarily Lin is a bad character, just not. That could be anybody. I would much rather it be Saikon sitting there like, oh, I have to follow a lead, than it be Lin. Like, oh gosh. So yeah, we're never going to find a balance with bad writing. If we think it's bad writing as an audience, just because there's some good writing there doesn't mean we're going to be like, oh, balance is struck. No, we're going to be like, stop doing that, please, because I know you're capable of awesomeness. Oh gosh, so I didn't mean to get all emotional, but overall, I enjoyed the episode. I'm still kind of cloudy, kind of murky, where we're going in this water. There is a storm, and I can't see past it. So I that's still frustrating to me. I'm normally pretty good. I mean, I know we're going towards this kind of harmonic convergence thing, and of course, probably have to fight Vatu. But what is it leading to? Like, what is this going to stop, or what is this going to begin? Begin. There's no D at the end of that word. So I don't know, but I thoroughly enjoyed the episode the second time I watched it. I'm still mad about the Lin thing and the Mako and Asami thing. I'm still kind of cooling my brain, bringing it back. But I still love Mike and Brian and the creators and the writers. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for watching. If you did, comment, subscribe. As I say in almost every video, I'll try to reply to every respond. I was trying to say respond and reply at the same time. Reply to every comment. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching. And don't forget that this video and all my videos related to Korra are brought to you by Flame Yo Noodles. Noodle Oli is noodles in all of the United Republic. Bye.